Glenwood Springs, Colorado dealer Jeff Carlson has a view of the Rocky Mountains every day he drives to work. But today he's sharing the scenery with a VIP, a very important passenger, his congressman, Representative Scott Tipton.
Have you met Steve Nielsen, my general manager?
Scott.
Terry, you got a minute? Let me introduce you to our congressman, Scott Tipton.
Nice to meet you too.
She's done a fine job for us. Amanda was our top salesperson last year.
I hear you're going to Hawaii.
I will be.
All right,
the
that's
plan.
great.
I'm
That's
excited.
great.
The congressman toured Carlson's Ford and Subaru stores where he met employees and other members of the dealership family.
There's the parts guys.
While Representative Tipton met voters working in sales, parts, and service,
Nice to meet you.
he also learned about issues important to dealers.
It looks like we're sitting at about 12% cars, 88% trucks and SUVs.
Customer choice is still towards our SUV product and towards our truck in this market.
It's all a matter of safety, the roads that we drive.
So up here in the mountains, it's very, very important to have the bigger vehicles.
And it's important to let the customers drive the product rather than being told what they're going to buy.
Yeah,
There you go.
absolutely.
Yes.
Consumer choice.
Right.
And that's why, you know, when we talk about the agencies that should regulate that, fuel economy business, it should be NHTSA, because at least they're science-based, but they're also taking into consideration consumer choice, which is very important to us.
So let the marketplaces decide.
Another top issue, dealer-assisted financing.
When you do the financing and set that up,
Carlson and his
pretty
finance
good.
manager explained the store's array of financing sources for consumers.
About 10 conventional banks and about 40 credit unions.
During a visit to the comptroller's office, Carlson discussed tax issues, including the significant amount he's paying.
We're not in the back of the tax-paying church. We're closer to the front pews of that church, and certainly we would want to keep our subchapter S status and hope that we can do that.
I'm going to be very supportive of overall tax reform, and then we take into account, you're just talking about a small business, a family business, and I'm talking to family members that rely on the success of this business. We're going to have the death tax coming up next year. That exemption rate drops down.
A small businessman himself, the congressman is sympathetic to concerns about passing along a family business.
You take this business away, look at the lives and the families that are impacted. This guy's got a great store here.
Tipton also discussed family business issues when Carlson took him to another businessman's dealerships in town and during a lunch meeting with Glenwood Springs business leaders and professionals.
It's important to have the access to him so that he can know what my issues are, and in the overheated regulatory environment that we all operate in today, it's very important to be able to call him and say, you know, we need some help. We need you to think about this. We need you to think about that.
The message he'll take back to Washington?
You can't continue to raise taxes, raise the expectation level while punishing business. We need to be incentivizing the opportunity for these folks to be able to grow their businesses.
Grow their business and improve their communities, as Representative Tipton saw during a visit to the local hospital where Carlson is chairman of the board.
Meet Congressman Tipton.
Nice to meet you.
Since Gary's come here, we've doubled the staff at the hospital.
Carlson is like so many other successful dealers across the country who are influential in their community far beyond their showrooms.
You see this out of our car dealers, really in particular. Jeff's a standard bearer, I think, for many. These are the people that support our local hospitals. They care about the people that they live and work with on a regular basis.
A combination of doing well and doing good, something Carlson pondered in a moment of reflection.
It came to me that really it wasn't all about just money, it was about the people. And what it bred is a notion of moving from success. I was successful, but moving from success to significance. And when you're significant, that's when you're involved in the community, doing things, not for yourself, but doing things for other people that make the community work.
For Carlson, significance demands a political role, one where he met Scott Tipton years ago when he was a state legislator.
So I was involved there, met him, thought he had the right character, thought he had the right stuff. He's from Western Colorado. We were both self-made businessmen. So I said, this is a guy that I could like, support, and hope goes a long ways, because I think we share values.
A sharing of values and a rapport that stretches from the Rockies to Capitol Hill. John Spiropoulos, NADA TV.